Oh my God. No guys, why are you eating your own poo? Why would you do that? What's going on everybody? Welcome back to MD Fish Tanks. I'm MD and these are my fish tanks. So recently guys, I set up the goldfish tank you see behind me, and already I want to make a few changes. I want to keep you guys updated on what I'm going to do, so let's just do this little video, implement the changes that need to happen, because you wouldn't believe. Now, if you haven't kept goldfish and you do a little bit of research, you read that they're very messy and you think, yeah, fish are messy. Of course they are. Goldfish are messy, like crazy messy. Let me show you. Right, here we go. So looking at the tank, doesn't look too bad, does it? Looks quite clean. A little bit of poop that Chocolate's just done then, but other than that, there's a little bit of algae going on the floor there. That's to be expected in a new setup whilst everything's getting settled in. But let me just show you something. So I've got a turkey baster, which is what a lot of guys use in them. Oh my God. No guys, why are you eating your own poo? Why would you do that? Anyway, yeah, I've got a turkey baster. This is used a lot in the marine hobby. It's got crapple on it. Oh, Christ, hang on. Get it off. Get off. Yeah, anyway, this is used a lot in the marine hobby, just to clear out dirty areas or squeeze it, and then you pull out and suck out any waste that's sort of trapped in between corals and rocks and whatnot. But it's really good in here as well. Look, let me show you where all the poop is collecting at the moment. So first of all, get in the water. Squeeze and see, and it gives some pressure. Right, so if I put it in between a gap like this, put it pressure, you can see that. Look at the corner bit there. So you can see all this. There you go. Look all that waste coming up. Now that's an issue because that's not getting in the filter. Same down here. Look again. So I want to make some changes. Now a lot of you said straight away when I set this up that this is the problems of floating plants. Like a swamp monster. A lot of you said when I set this up that I should use a substrate. Now I agree with you. I do agree with you now. Several reasons. One, you know, you've got the little algae bits on the bottom, which if there's a little bit of gravel down there, you can turn it up and it gets rid of it. Also, what's happened, you see, is all the waste is coming down and getting lodged underneath. Now, if I have a thin layer of gravel or fine sand in there, it will stop that. Yes, it might still be able to get in some of the other crevices and whatnot, but you know, plants will grow into those eventually, and you do need a little bit of waste in your tank, obviously. So that's what I've got to do. That's what I'm going to do first of all. I bought some gravel. What have I done with it? I don't even know where I put it. I think it's in the house. Right, I've got some gravel, so let's go and clean that off. It says you can put it straight in, but it's always a lie with gravel. Always wash your gravel. Where is it? Out here. Ah, there it is. Right, so this is the gravel I've got. Let's get it washed into a bucket and we can get it in the tank. Don't mind, Mum. Right guys, just add the sand in. I've got it here. So the best way to do it, I find, that this is hard one-handed, but scoop it up, get it to the bottom, lift it in, right, and then just slowly submerge it and let whatever sand's on the edge sink. But if you let it fill up slowly with water, like that, it all stays to the wall, slowly, all sinks to the bottom. There you go. So now you can do it, and you can pour it in gently. So I didn't think it was going to be black, and that's fine, but grey looks cool as well. Actually matches the stones now, and I've got some cool sand stones that I might put around it as well. But okay, so yeah, just feed it in and lay it down like that. should look pretty good. It's going to give a neat finish, isn't it? And it's going to, you know, most importantly, it's going to stop that waste all sort of collecting. You know, you've got to think of the fish first, and masses of waste just collecting in corners is not going to be good for them. So aesthetics is second, isn't it, when you've got fish like this? When you've got smaller fish, you can sort of, well, not put the aesthetics first, but it doesn't really, it's not such a detriment to the fish to do, you know, anything you really want. But when you've got big boys like this beauty, here, look, here he is. Come here, Pumpkin. Look at the size of him. Oh, help if I show you. Look at the size of my hand. He's so cute. Hello, mate. Why am I not showing you? Hello, mate. There you go. They're so nice. Look at him. Like, he's not like scared or anything. He can swim. They can swim a lot faster than you think as well. He doesn't try and just sort of swim away really fast. Look. He can get away if he wants to. Oh, they're so cute. Right. Anyway, let's carry on filling it all up. That's already looking quite good. I like that. Neat. Very neat. Not just about being neat, but you know what I mean. Right, there we go. There's a bit of sand in there now. I think that looks really nice. I like that. Clean. It's a clean look, isn't it? But what I want to do now is take out the stone. Well, not take them out. Move them forwards. Move all those perimeter ones forwards so I can get the sand and push it right in so it closes all the gaps. And then I can put them back in the original locations. Right guys, that's it. I think that looks really good. Let me know what you think in the comments below, if you liked it before or like it now. I mean, I prefer pure black, and obviously in an ideal world bare bottom's good, but it's boring as well. But this looks really good. I mean, the contrast is quite nice, isn't it? Look, it's quite, and I tell you what is really good as well. Luckily the sand didn't actually look like this out of the water. It looked like, you know, a lot darker. So in the water it's light, which it really matches the stones behind, and the greens really pop as well against it, which is what I really wanted. So the plan in future though is to, once this moss starts growing even more, and you can see already, so you can see how it, see on the edges, the sprouting out, the really vivid green bits that you can see are where there's all new growth sprouting off, because all of this was tied tight to the rock, even all of this section here, so it's already growing. Once I have to start trimming these rocks, I'll take the trimmers and put on more rocks, and eventually just have, you know, loads covering everywhere. That would look really cool, wouldn't it? The whole floor just covered in this moss. It'll all into grow and everything, and become its own sort of carpet that poop will sit on rather than collect anywhere. And as they swim around, that will just push it all into the waste area. But I'm going to take you back into the house now, because All Pond Solutions have sent me this cool little, oh, look at that glare, there we go. This cool little air pump, airline tubing. There's the main unit itself. So there's 4 connections on it, and 4 air stones, and 4 check valves as well to stop water siphoning back in. So I've never used like an air pump with, like, you know, air bubbles or anything like that before, because obviously I'm into my aquascaping, but I feel like this, hang on, let me turn you around. Yeah, I feel like this aquascape and this sort of tank is more of a, somewhere between an aquascape and more of a fish tank, you know? So I've got to think more about the fish in this situation because they are so messy. I mean, air pumps are really nice, and I've seen a lot of aquariums now with goldfish that they use the bubbles, the back, and it looks really good. It's, you know, it's an eye-pleasing thing, let's be honest, if it's done right. It works really well in simple scapes, I find. If you've got a complicated scape and then bubbles coming out here, there, and everywhere, it looks a bit of a mess. But I think I saw one, I can't remember where it was, but it was one of George's videos, George Farmer's videos, where it was like a hardscape only, not discus, angelfish tank and ultims, I think. It was a huge tank and it was just hardscape, had the bubbles just coming at the back, and I thought it looked really nice. That's what sort of made me think, okay, let's try it in this setup where it's nice and simple. Also, there's an option, because there's 4 stones here, I probably won't need all 4, so I'm thinking of maybe putting 2 of them into a sponge filter, and then, you know, added filtration as well, because you can get full black sponge filters, can't you? So you wouldn't even see it really. Added filtration. And also the good thing about an internal sponge filter is you can just whip it out, clean it off, put it back in, so you're exporting nutrients on a regular basis, or not nutrients, but you know, exporting waste on a regular basis. I don't know why I'm turning around, like you're gonna get you dizzy. So anyway, let's get this set up, let's get it put in, let's see what it looks like. I think it's gonna look good. Yeah, let's just have a look, let's have a go, why not? You should try things, you should always try things. It's not expensive either, this. I don't know exactly, I'm not gonna lie, because I asked for it and All Ponds sent it to me, you know. Got a good partnership with them, they're good guys. And they look after me, I look after them, and you guys get to see cool stuff. So I think we all win really in this situation. Let's get it set up, let's have a look. Right, so there's all the air lines attached and all the air stones at the end. All you have to do is snip a little bit of the line. So for instance, snipped it there, added a check valve. So that's the way the air goes through it. Give it a blow either end, so if you're confused which way. I blowed on this end, it went through, meaning the air needs to travel that way. And then at the end I've got the stone. So basically, if for any reason water comes back down the pipe, it can't go into the equipment because it stops right there. So that's important to get, by the way, guys. That if you buy a unit that doesn't have this, you can buy these separate and it's a good investment. It just stops any flooding, it stops any, you know, it's electrical equipment and in there in water. So for the sake of like 50p or whatever these cost online, get them. But obviously with this kit, they're included, which is great. So we're all ready to go. Let's get it in the tank. All right guys, we're all plumbed in, ready to go, moment of truth. Obviously I could tidy all this up later. Looks a bit of, well, that's not too bad, is it? Look, can't really see down here. Right, turning up, turning up, turning up. Oh, I can see it, I can see it. Ready. I like that, that looks cool. Nice, and look, it's moved, the water movement, look, it's sort of clearing out all that waste. I've tucked it right in, see, I've tucked each stone right in down below each stone. So that back area now, it's all getting, it's pushing it all out, look. All the crud is just getting pushed out, which is exactly what I wanted. And I think it looks cool. You know, it's oxygenating the water. Not from the bubbles themselves, because they go straight to the surface, but the surface agitation itself oxygenates the water. It's quite close to the edge there, so I might drop the water level a little bit in a minute, but yeah. So it's pushing all of the salvinia to the front. That's not a problem, that's fine, I can deal with that. Tank's nicely lit still. Fish seem happy. It's just a bit interesting, isn't it? And I think, you know, like I say, I'm probably going to just put 2 of these into, say, just stick a sponge filter there, stick a sponge filter in the back corner there. We've got extra filtration then, haven't we, for like minimal cost and minimal sort of impact on the scape. Because this is the first time I've had a tank where I'm not so worried about damaging the aesthetics. I love these fish. I cannot tell you. If you want some goldfish and you're watching this and you think, oh, they look good, I'll probably get bored. So I'm the sort of guy that gets bored of things quite quickly, I'm not going to lie. Like, I've had so many hobbies in my time, which I don't think is a bad thing, because, you know, to find the thing you love, which I have now, you have to do a lot of different things, and you have to experiment, you have to try different stuff. You know, I've done tons of stuff. I don't want to go into the list now because I'll be here forever, but, you know, I used to do bodybuilding, I used to do tennis as well, I used to do gymnastics, believe it or not, and I can still do backflips and back somersaults, but yeah, that's another video. But I found myself with fish keeping, or more aquascaping, but now I've got these guys. I care about the tank, I care about their environment, I care about their health, and I've never really, don't get me wrong, I've cared about my fish, but I haven't cared like about them on a sort of emotional level, if that makes sense. Whereas look at them, I just absolutely love them. For some reason, like everyone's favourite is Chocolate, because he's come back from that cut. And if you turn around, please, Chocolate, show the audience. Look, turn around. He won't turn around now, but oh, look. Basically, there's nothing left. You can't even tell he got cut. So everyone is telling me that I was overreacting. I'm fine. There's a little bit of sort of white thing on the top of his mane at the moment, but I think that's just where a little bit's repairing. But look at that. Look, there's Ghost. Loves so since putting the sand in, they keep rubbing themselves in it and turning it up and playing with it, just like you guys said they would. So you were right with that. So thank you for that advice, everyone. But my absolute favourite is Pumpkin. Just look at him or her. I'm guessing her, because I'm guessing Ghost is a he, because as some of you rightly pointed out, he's constantly sniffing the back of Pumpkin as if there's, you know, something naughty going on there. But I really love these bubbles. I love them. Just the more I'm just stood here still looking, I'm loving them. It'd help if I was in focus for you guys, wouldn't it? There you go. Sorry. Sometimes I get too into looking at the fish. I'm not even looking at what I'm filming for you. But I hope you like that, guys. I really like that. So should we take this moment just to have a look at some of the other things in the fish room for the viewers that haven't seen before? So this is my fish studio, guys. The pea puffer tank's off, but the pea puffers are out lots now. Let's see if we can see them in the dark. Peas. Oh, come on. You've been out all day. I'll let them off if it's bedtime, but yeah, they're doing very well now. Anyway, they are doing well. Can't see them, but this here is my... Oh, I'm hooked. Sorry, I'm hooked on something. There we go. This is my aquaterrium. This is everyone's favourite little axolotl, Pancho. Really good. Look at the belly on him. I fed him 2 bloodworms yesterday. Well, he's getting bigger, so, you know, he needs a bit more food. So I'll wait a few days until that goes out again. He's actually stood next to one of his poops there. So you can tell when they've had a poo, which is great, because then, you know, you can feed them again. You don't want to overfeed them. There's a limited space and they will eat it regardless if they've got any space left in their stomach. But yeah, this is my aquaterrium. I've just raised the water level, and the next video I'll be adding more fish. A lot of you are wondering what fish. I'm probably going to have to go with similar to what I've already got, which is either the pearl danios or some kind of danio, or the or more of the white clouds. I love white clouds. They're one of my favourite fish. I can't go tropical, so everyone's asking me a few comments about putting neon tetras in. It's not possible, because to do that I need to raise the temperature of the water, but raising the temperature of the water is bad for the axolotl. It's bad for the axolotl, which is Pancho's tank at the end of the day. The fish is just an extra addition, but this is his aquaterrium. Look at that growth, guys. Yeah, so a recent comment as well was that I should take out some of the Boston ferns and put a smaller species in. I guess maybe one like this species here, which is smaller and a bit more detailed, just because the Boston fern grows so large. But I love it. I honestly love the Boston fern. It reminds me of Jurassic Park. I don't know why, and I love Jurassic Park, always have done, and my sons are actually getting into Jurassic Park now as well. So who doesn't love Jurassic Park? I mean, come on. Yeah, some of the lights are off now, and I want to show you guys. Well, if you want to see the rest of my fish room, then I'll do a fish room tour again, because a lot's changed since the last one. You know what I'm like, I'm changing stuff all the time. This is the Zen tank. Changed the light out on it, and focus. It's got this cool little green hue to the Millennium Stone now. Got this Millennium Stone from Aquarium Gardens, guys. Links in the description. We've got Rotala HRA at the back. It's going really red now. I've added some floating plants as well to it, just because I love them. Why not? The Monte Carlo, look, starting the carpet really well. I did plant densely to begin with, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely filling out. So for instance, these shoots that you can see at the front here are all brand new. That's why they're so green. So the darker stuff has got a little bit of diatoms, and it's also the emerged growth, so it will sort of die off. But all this really green stuff at the bottom here is the real, you know, it's the real deal. It's the growth, it's the stuff that's growing through, which is great. So yeah, I will do a full tour if you guys want it. Let me know in the comments if you do, but for now, you know, that's going to be it. Oh, that looks great. I was turning around like this. I completely forgot I had the bubbles, even though I can hear them. I'm turning around and I'm like, whoa, what's that? Oh yeah, it's the cool bubbles. I love this. It looks awesome. Do you know what it look? No, it wouldn't actually. I was thinking maybe it would look cool if I did like a full wall of bubbles at the back, you know, with like, you know, you can get those long strip hair stones. So I could probably, no, but that looks good. Spaced evenly. Fish seem to love it. Oh, this is absolutely brilliant. I'm so glad I've done it. It's actually a really nice sound as well. Listen. You hear that? Yeah, it's quite nice. And to be fair, there's not a lot of noise coming from this, considering it's pumping out for 4 stones, that amount of air. And I have got it almost on max. I would go full max, but it looks like it might actually go over. But what do we reckon, guys? Are we a fan of the bubbles? Let me set you up nicely. I'll do like a, you know how I always do my little final shots at the end. I'll do that in a minute just so you guys can see, but I really like that. So I think mission successful today, guys. The grey rock, all there. The grey stones are all there. The green contrast, the floaters, the bubbles, and then the orange, the white, and the gold. I think it's all just working. Come on. Does anyone know what's happened to Solid Gold Aquatics as well? Because it was her videos that made me decide to do this, and I haven't seen her for a long time. I know she was probably struggling or something with some details that she didn't want to go into, which is fair enough. But if you are watching this at all, Solid Gold, Jenny, then, you know, post again if you can, because I loved your videos, and you're the one who made me want to get goldfish, so thank you for that.